another educational video. This one is about lemongrass. We are doing a lemongrass farm. If you didn't watch my last video, you should check us out at Co-op Executives on YouTube and also wherever we are on WhatsApp as well as Facebook. So this is a lemongrass bush. It's a very young lemongrass bush, but this is what it looks like. So if you see it in your yard, just know that if you touch the leaves like this and just grab them and smell your hand, if it smells like lemon, then that's lemongrass. So I wanted to give you a little education video on how we make our lemongrass tea, and if you are of the Asian persuasion, ni hao. And I would like to welcome you to these videos so that you know that we not only have organic food, but that we process it in different ways for value addition for our rural communities here in Liberia. So if you find a lemongrass bush, you just need to move it to the side and you can see the root structure down here. This is a very young bush, so it's still growing. But if you can see this, these are the roots of the lemongrass bush. This is where we get the tea from. So these are the leaves. So I will show you now, let me get out of the sun, but I will show you now how we process this bush into lemongrass. So when this bush gets about 3 to 4 feet high, we then take it out from the roots. The roots looks something like this. The stem, this one has been cleaned and cut, but the stem is probably either 3 to 4 inches long. It's a tap root, so it just goes straight down into the ground. But this is, for perspective, this is how long, about 3-4 feet high is how long a lemongrass tree is. So it looks like a huge bush is how we get the lemongrass that we're going to show you how to pick it so that you can get the actual lemongrass stem, which is what most of the Asian community likes to cook with. And then we cut it here at this part. This part we cut. This part down here, which is the stem and the roots, we plant into the ground. And then the remaining part going this way is the actual leaves, and these we dry. So this is what it looks like when it's dried. They're very thin. They get very hard. These have not been dried in the sun. I've just been packing them with me as I cut them per day. So these are fresh leaves that we just cut this morning. You see how big they are? And then these are the dried ones in comparison. So you can see how small and thin these are. So these will be cut and then packaged in to the Nature's Blessings bag. This one is a very small one, so you can have a look at what this looks like. So this is also a piece of the lemongrass that basically came from here. So the way the lemongrass grows is you can put this small one in the ground and it will continue to just grow like an onion and have different layers that grow, and continue to grow like an onion that just has different layers going around and around. And so you'll have small pieces that you can get that will be attached like this. So when we find a bush that's ready for harvest, we will take a huge portion in one big root. It will be about, this long in length, and it will have a bunch of these around, kind of like this bush. If you look at it inside, it has all of these leaves growing. Each one of these is a root. Let me see. Aha. So this is a better example, the perfect example. So as you can see, this one, this root has several leaves. This root has several leaves. So there's this huge one in the middle, which is where that long stem is that you can use for cooking. And then these smaller ones that are coming off on the side is what we will take off and use for the leaves. So this one is in the middle. This bigger one goes all the way down here to the bottom and to the roots. This is the one that when it's 3 or 4 feet high will be used for cooking, the whole stem, and then we will chop it here and use the leaves. So that's what the bush looks like in itself. These are the fresh leaves. This is what we cut off today. As you can see how long they are, how tall this bush was. This is the long leaves, and then these are what we took from this same bush this morning. We cut it off here, and that's how we got these leaves. And then these smaller ones were also attached on the side of here, on the side of the root. So we picked those off so that we could get other root structures that we could also plant in the ground. So we planted about 30 seedlings, I guess you would call them, or 30 lemongrass plants today in that same field. We'll have 500 plants when we finish. And these are the dry ones. So when I cut them up and package them, this is what they look like. So that's how we make our lemongrass tea and how we make our fresh organic lemongrass. There is no chemicals put on any of these. We use chicken poo and cow poo and manure for fertilizer that we use in the beginning stages when we're planting.